I'm sorry if this kind of goes all over the place. This is not the first video that I intended to be on this channel, and it's also not scripted, so I'm probably gonna go all over the place with it. Sorry. But like I said, this was not the first video I planned to do. I have a whole other script for start of the new year, which it's not a new year anymore. It is January 19th as I'm speaking. But nevertheless, even though I procrastinated shit, I had a whole video planned, and then I got some pretty rough news. Earlier today, I was on a call with some friends, and we were talking about Halo, just kind of our history with it, what it meant, and for those that know me even just a little bit, they know that I love Halo. Halo is one of my most played games, both MCC, Halo Infinite, Halo 2, back on the OG Xbox, Halo 3, ODST, Halo Reach, and even Halo Wars, I love the franchise for more reasons than one. I even have a whole ass script of a video I wanted to make in the future just about my love for the franchise, despite its controversial and rough past few years ever since it's been under 343. I mean, even then, I still loved it as a franchise. I don't know, it played a big part in my life, and it became not just my favorite shooter, one of my favorite games. I don't know. I know we're not supposed to technically take media and make it part of our identity, and that's not necessarily what I did, but Halo still feels like a part of me. It was a big part of growing up. Taught me a lot of what I learned. Not everything, but a few things, and I feel like in some of my loneliest and hardest times, when I had no one else or nothing else, Halo was there for me. Which, yeah, I get it. It's fucking pathetic as a video game, I know. But, it just meant that much, which is why I played it so much. Both the campaigns, the multiplayer. Man, even Halo Legends, the anime shit, that was fucking dope. I loved, even when not all Halo media was good, it's been rough. I still took it all in, and I just enjoyed it so much as a universe, as an environmental narrative, as an old school kind of genre defining shooter. It's so rough to see where it's gone and where it's at now. I think I was starting a story and then I trailed off here. Sorry. As I said, some friends and I were talking about the game, and I decided to boot up Halo Infinite again, which I have a very strong love-hate relationship with. I'll talk more about that in depth, but just to give it a rundown, I have well over 200 hours. That may not be a lot to some, but to me that's a lot. It's one of my most played games on Steam. I don't see many other games going above it anytime soon, and I just remember just being hooked and following it for years, ever since I saw the first initial stuff. Being a very strong supporter for a long time, and probably defending it longer than most people are willing to, because I was in denial that it was doomed to be a failed product, and I just didn't want to believe it. I think a part of the reason why I didn't want to is because of all the positive factors I could have attributed to it. Ever since 343 took over Halo from Bungie, it felt like Halo Infinite was the first game where they finally understood what Halo was, from a mechanical perspective, from a aesthetics perspective, from almost every single perspective. It felt like they finally understood what Halo was. And I have no doubt that all the devs who were working on this game up until now did love Halo in their own way or cared about it probably just as much as I do, if not more. And for those wondering why I'm rambling, being like, yo, didn't Halo die a year ago or something? Like, yeah. You know, technically, this game has been under the fucking water and drowning for the past year or so, and I haven't even really picked it up much since we all kind of realized it wasn't getting much content and seasons were going to be delayed every 6 seasons. We all knew, in a way, this game, Halo Infinite, wasn't going to go anywhere very early on, unfortunately, once it finally released. But seeing the news that has come out today it's really got me down. And I felt like I had to at least ramble about this shit, even if it's a longer video than it should be, and I'm adding no fucking substance. Watch any other video about Halo and about this situation with 343 and Microsoft, and you will get way more out of it and understand the situation better. But for those unaware, Microsoft had to let down, I don't know if it was Microsoft specifically, but they had to let down or let off 10,000 employees, and 343 was a big one that got hit. Ooh. Although he wasn't fired, it was shown that Joe Staten, one of the fucking hero of Halo, has been moved back to Xbox Publishing and is no longer working on the game. And I feel like that alone, to me, shows that there is no hope for Halo Infinite at all, even for the most diehard and most in denial of fans, that there's nothing left. It's over. Like, when we had to deal with the content droughts, the broken promises, everything, Joe was there in the front lines doing everything he could to try and make this game manageable. He's the only reason the campaign is as amazing as it fucking is. Because we haven't had a campaign like that at that level of quality since Halo Reach. Game on the fucking 360. Like, we waited so many years for that. For most Halo fans, we waited so many years for a game that just on a surface level felt like a fucking Halo game. We put up with the shit show that was Halo 4, a melodramatic, fucking lore extensive and not in the good way, fucking narrative with some of the shittiest campaign design we've seen ever in Halo. A multiplayer so far from what we understand or even enjoy. Moving into Halo 5 with a narrative I can't even try to defend. Somewhat decent gameplay, but still feeling like a far cry from what is a traditional Halo game. 2 games that made it feel like Halo had lost its identity. And then Infinite coming in feeling like it's finally been reclaimed because the right people with the right passion came in and worked on this project. And then seeing these bullshit Microsoft upper management driving this fucking game into the grave, believing it's more important for backwards fucking compatibility with the Xbox One over fucking split screen co-op. Like, are you fucking serious? A game with such depth in its fucking weapon arsenal and its movement and its map layout, and you can't even add fucking collide to the characters? I don't know. It's rough. And now seeing Joe gone, seeing so many people who had a passion for this game and being told so many people who had a passion for this game just fucking let go after they put their all trying to make this game as good as it could have been with all the bullshit they put through. Like, I understand, you know, that like eventually all good things come to an end, and no game series or genre is really like safe from eventually, you know, being dead or being gone. But seeing like a franchise with so much future potential, such a dedicated fan base, loving community, and just something that, like I said, literally helped me through some of my hardest times, go down in one of the just most unsatisfying ways possible. Seeing the spark and the image of what could have been one of the greatest games of all time just fucking abandoned and completely ruined because Microsoft thought it was a great fucking idea to put 70 bill into fucking Blizzard, a company with, at this point, shit IPs because it doesn't do anything right anymore, over Halo. The game that kickstarted their fucking gaming empire. Like, what do you think when you think Xbox? What is the first icon to come to your mind? The identity of what Microsoft had being so horribly mistreated over the years. I don't see any fan, any big YouTuber, anybody who loves Halo in any type of optimistic, positive view. It just sucks. It just really, really sucks. I'm still never gonna forget growing up, having my cousin come over from out of state, hiding, because we had parents who were not big on M-rated games growing up, and he'd hide fucking Halo Reach and ODST, the game discs, in these fucking like Connected Ventures like case, and playing through the entirety of the campaign of ODST, going into firefight, me crying because I kept getting killed by a fucking chieftain, moving over to Reach in the multiplayer, like feeling a newfound love and understanding of unique environmental storytelling where the emphasis is not put so much on the character development but on the environment around you. The feeling of isolation you can get in games like ODST when you're playing the Rookie, and Combat Evolved just in general. I understand these are all older games that are in the past, but when I saw Halo Infinite, when I saw Joe come in, when I saw just all this good shit, the initial multiplayer reveals, I really felt like I could relive that in my new adult life. I was so excited to bring in my friends, bring in new friends, introduce people who didn't grow up with Halo to the series. And at first I was able to, and it was fucking awesome, because people who would have never played this game otherwise got to see, just at least on a surface level, why I love this game. I have a fucking foam helmet from Etsy that I spent like fucking $300 on of my CQB helmet from Halo 3. That's how much this fucking series meant to me. And seeing where it's at now, I just can't help but feel deeply sad, and I don't know. I wish I could turn this around and have, like, give a moral or that we gain something out of this loss, but I just feel down. I think it just doesn't help, and I'm sorry for getting personal here, that these past few months in my life have been pretty rough, to say the least. At least the past two. And getting more and more information on other shit and just seeing all my favorite things just getting fucking ruined, and this is just like the cherry on fucking top for me. I don't know. Halo meant a lot to me, and I guess now I just have to accept that it's never coming back. And all I can really do now is try and move on. I guess that's all there really is to gain from this.
Seconds remaining.